the journalism. Good morning and welcome to TAS TV News. Today being 2nd July 2025, I'm Faith Ngasi and here are the top stories making headline. Kenyans across the country are set to hold peaceful march to mark 1 year since the deadly storming of Parliament. The nationwide demonstration aimed to remember those who died during the chaos and to demand justice and reforms. Leila Fondo has more details. Kenyans across the country are expected to hold peaceful marches today to mark the 1-year anniversary of the deadly storming of Parliament, a moment that deeply impacted the nation. The demonstrations are being organized to honor the lives lost during the violence and to renew calls for justice, accountability, and political reform. Organizers have urged participants to maintain peace and unity throughout the day. However, tensions remain high and authorities have heightened security in anticipation of potential unrest. Civil rights groups and the international community are closely monitoring this situation, viewing the anniversary as a critical test of Kenya's commitment to democratic expression and the right to protest. The day carries deep emotional weight for many citizens still seeking closure. Reporting for TAS TV, my name is Leila. Governor Abdi Guyo faces impeachment over misconduct and stalled development, a motion backed by all 18 MCAs. However, the High Court has temporarily halted proceedings, issuing a controversial order until Guyo's petition is heard. Our reporter Mary with more information.
It is in Isiolo where high-stakes political battle is unfolding. Governor Abdi Guyo faces impeachment over allegations of misconduct, but today it is temporarily halted by the courts. On June 10th, Sericho NCA Abubakar Godana tabled the impeachment motion accusing Governor Guyo of gross misconduct, abuse of office, and failing to execute key development projects.
The governor has violated Article 73 of the Constitution and the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012 and the responsibility of leadership by failing to professionally perform his constitutional sanction duty owing to his constant absence from the office. Indeed, the governor reported to execute the function of the county government from location Nairobi City Council. The governor has violated Section 8 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012 of Public Trust, where he has constantly used his position to abuse public trust in the county government by exercising the powers of his office in a manner detrimental to prudent public service delivery, by persistent use of divisive and becoming language which undermines the office he holds the county administration. D. The governor has violated the Articles 73 and 75 of the Constitution on the conduct of state officers, that is demeaning to his office the whole and Section 11 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012 by persistently and willfully.
The motion backed by 18 out of 18 MCAs focused on stalled county development, low revenue performance, and appointment of 36 advisor and 31 chief officers, despite being among Kenya's lowest funded counties.
Embarrassing statement that even when I watched it, I couldn't watch it to conclusion. I started asking myself, this is a leader demonstrating behavior unbecoming of a leader of the stature of a governor of a county.
But in dramatic turn, the High Court in Isiolo, led by Justice Heston Nyaga, has issued a conservatory.
Anger and anguish erupted in Nairobi yesterday as protests demanding justice for Albert Ojwang, who died in police custody, turned into violent clashes. What began peacefully quickly escalated with police and hired goons confronting demonstrators. Our reporter Ashley with more information.
Anger and anguish erupted in the heart of Nairobi yesterday as protesters poured into the streets demanding justice for Albert Ojwang, who died while in police custody.
That have condoned, barricaded the venue that we were supposed.
Anger and anguish erupted in the heart of Nairobi yesterday as protesters poured into the streets demanding justice for Albert Ojwang, who died while in police custody.
That have condoned, barricaded the venue that we were supposed to initiate and begin our peaceful demonstration calling for justice for the late Albert Ojwang.
What had been intended as peaceful protest to demand accountability over the murder turned into all-out clash between peaceful protesters, police, and the hired goons. Two anti-riot officers were caught on camera cornering an unarmed mask seller on the streets along Moi Avenue, beating him before shooting him on the head, leaving him in a critical condition. However, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights Vice Chairperson, Dr. Raymond Nyeris, has reported 22 casualties and revealed that out of them, the majority of the injuries range from gunshot wounds, head cuts, whiplashes, and asthma from inhaling the tear gas. Reporting for TAS TV from Thika Town, Kiambu County, is Ashley Owuor.
Tension is President William Ruto, speaking in Lugari, issued a bold challenge to Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and opposition leader, urging them to settle matters outside. The president slammed those who he accused of fueling tribalism and bitterness, warning that Kenya is bigger than anyone. Our reporter Eve Kagendo with more.
President William Ruto issued a fiery challenge during a public address in Lugari, Kakamega County, directing pointed remarks at former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and opposition leaders.
Hiyo ndio kazi mlinipatia. Na hiyo ndio kazi mimi nafanya. Na nafanya na bidii sana. Yeye mnanielewa? Hawa watu wengine hawana mpango, msipoteze na we cannot hand over to people hawana mpango. Ati mpango yao Ruto must go. Sasa Ruto must go itakusaidia na nini? Hujui vile vijana wetu watapata kazi, hujui vile kilimo itaendelea, hujui vile watoto watasoma, huna mpango ya ajira ya vijana, you have no plan to do anything. Ni mtakubali hii story hao watu ambao hawana mpango yoyote. Ati kazi yao kubwa ni ukabila, shares, sijui ya nani, sijui chuki, sijui kisirani. Hata mwangalia wakiongea, wanaongea na kisirani mingi sana. Ni kama sijui nani aliwakosea. Na kama wako na kisirani na mimi, wawachane na Wakenya, wakuje tukutane kando huko. Kama namna gani? Nitawamalizia pale kando. Wao watu sijui kama tunaelewana. Ya muhimu, ndugu zangu watu wa Kakamega, ya muhimu ni vile vijana wetu watapata kazi, vile kilimo itatupatia pesa, vile watoto wetu watasoma, na vile matibabu itapatikana. That is what is important to us as a people, to the people of Kakamega.
Tensions continue to escalate as Israel intensifies its military offensive against Iran, striking over 100 strategic targets in Tehran and other key cities. In response, Iran has launched a wave of missile and drone attacks on major Israel cities, resulting in numerous civilian casualties on both sides. Mercy Accord has more.
Continues to escalate with both countries exchanging heavy strikes as they initiated a major campaign of fighter jets and drone strikes across Iran targeting nuclear and military sites, including surface-to-surface missile production facilities and detection radar sites. This operation has resulted in at least 224 fatalities and over 1,200 injuries in Iran, with many civilians among the victims.
We'll take a short break, but there is much more ahead of TAS TV News. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Ready to learn German? TAS College is the perfect place to start. Grab a partial scholarship opportunity in German language beginner course today and unlock new opportunities to work abroad.
Guten Morgen. Good morning. Guten Tag. Good afternoon. Guten Abend. Good evening. These are some of the words that you will be learning in our school. So come and join the new beginner classes for German classes at our school.
Whether it is for travel, career, or personal growth, Task College has you covered. Whether you prefer online or physical classes, we have the ideal learning option for you. With monthly intakes and experienced instructors, you will be speaking German in no time. We are located in Vika Town along Kenyatta Highway at Nema Plaza 2nd floor opposite Vika Bazaar building. Ready to begin? Call 0798-154-042 to enroll today. Task College, striving through talent.
Kikuyu Member of Parliament and National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah claims destruction of properties during protests held on the Wednesday of June 25 by Gen Z in remembrance of those who died in 2024 anti-finance bill demos. Justin Sifa looked into this story.
The Wednesday of June 25th protests, which were held in remembrance of those who died in the 2024 anti-finance bill demos, not only affected the common citizens but also the politicians. Kikuyu Member of Parliament and National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah was one of the legislators who had a story to tell.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to second this motion. Honorable Speaker, as I second this motion, it's important. Order. It's important, Honorable Speaker, as I second this motion, for us to be clear on what the motion is asking us to do. One, Honorable Speaker, is to affirm and acknowledge that the people of Kenya and every citizen in the Republic of Kenya has the right to demonstrate, protest, and express dissent in accordance with our Constitution, but do so peaceably.
Been arrested for the murder of a 3-year-old in Nakuru. Liz Njeri Mwangi allegedly lured the victim, Margaret Wanjiku Kirathe, away from a church in the Menengai area before strangling her with a cloth. Police found evidence, including CCTV footage and the clothes worn during the incident, linking Mwangi to the crime scene. The victim was pronounced dead on arrival at Kenland's hospital. Accord Mercy has more information.
A 17-year-old girl, Liz Njeri Mwangi, is in police custody in Nakuru, accused of murdering a 3-year-old child, Margaret Wanjiru Kirathe. According to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, Mwangi allegedly lured the young victim away from a church in the Menengai area.
Pisi inaendelea na mtoto wangu akakuja na nikampea switi, akaenda, nikamwambia si ukae na simu hapa. Akakaa dakika kidogo, akaniambia nataka kuenda nje, nikamwambia enda nje.
The incident occurred near PSEA Shalom Mchanganyiko Church, where the suspect reportedly took the child approximately 50 meters away from the premises. The young girl was later found unconscious and pronounced dead upon arriving at Kenland's hospital.
CCTV inaonyesha mtoto akitoka kwa kanisa na huyo msichana mwenye alimuua. Ikafika mahali msichana ni mrefu kuniliko. Sasa ana kashironi kadogo. Yeye tu anaonekana ameskuti tu kidogo tu. Vile nilikuwa nimemdress na kaskafu. Ako kaskafu tu dia anamfinya nako. Mtoto ana struggle kiasi na anaanguka. Huyu msichana anaangalia mtoto anaona kweli amekufa.
The government of Kenya has approved the recapitalization of the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority KEMSA to strengthen its capacity to stock and distribute essential medicines and medical supplies for the financial year 2025-2026. Our reporter John Masharia followed up on this story.
Financial difficulties at the Kenya Medical Supply Authority has led to a period of challenges, key among them being an inability to procure essential health products and technologies. Speaking at the Afya House in Nairobi County during a media briefing on the ongoing rollout of Tafikia, the Health Cabinet Secretary Adedwal said comprehensive reforms plans are underway at the Kenya Medical Supply Authority KEMSA to ensure drugs are available across all the public health facilities in the country.
To make sure that the story of hakuna madawa kwa mahospitali hasa ya serikali will be a thing of the past. And that's why we are refilling the capacity of KEMSA from the current 47% to 99%.
The CS further said track and trace technology will be used to monitor everyday drug journey from the manufacturer to a uniquely patient at the facility to ensure counterfeit drugs don't find their way into the market.
Never hear of expired drugs, of buying drugs that are not needed in the market until they expire at their warehouses. KEMSA will be a different KEMSA.
Duale said Digital Health Agency and the Social Health Authority has identified and closed over 729 compliant facilities along the country.
Digitizing all aspects of the healthcare, from the patient records to facility operations.
Leaders from across Africa have gathered for a special summit aimed at strengthening joint efforts in the fight against drug trafficking and abuse. The summit is being held in Nairobi. Health experts and law enforcement agencies and civil society groups. Faith Ngasi has more details.
Transport Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has spoken candidly on matters of national security. Following public outrage over the mysterious death of blogger Albert Ojwang in police custody, addressing Parliament, Murkomen emphasized the need for accountability, insisting that justice must prevail regardless of rank or position in the security forces. Murkomen, while expressing deep sympathy to the family of the late blogger, stated that no one would be shielded from prosecution. He assured the nation that investigations into Ojwang's death will be impartial and thorough, noting, "As a parent, I feel the pain. No one should die in the hands of those meant to protect them."
Very much. First, let me say that on the question of the first question by Eric was in relation to the role of the DIG in the question of the issue to do with the murder of Mr. Albert Ojwang. I'd like to say that, and whether or not he should resign. I'd like to say that the investigations, as I've already said earlier, are going on with IPOA. IPOA is doing its part in terms of investigations. DIG Lagat is a seasoned police officer who understands what it takes to carry out matters of investigations and where or whether or not his conduct or act or position can affect that investigations. And I think we will cross the bridge when we reach there. When there is a closer relationship between the investigation that IPOA is doing.
The government has secured 16.5 billion shillings to strengthen climate resilience, improving food security and protect natural resources in rural areas. Agnes Wanjira with more information.
The Auditor General's review of the National Social Security Fund released early this month paints a troubling picture, while showing a possible 16 billion shillings exposure from poor investments, unlimited contributions, and stalled projects. But speaking during the opening of the International Social Security Association conference in Nairobi, NSSF Managing Trustee David Koros says no money has been lost.
If you read the auditor's report, and for the first time ever, NSSF got an unqualified audit report. Unqualified audit report. That's the most important message. The second issue, the figure they are quoting is not actually what was lost. It is misinterpretation. It is money stuck in projects. We have legacy issues which we are dealing with.
The fund is also defending its planned investments in the new Ronimau Summit Toll Road Consortium, saying it is a well-vetted revenue-generating venture that aligns with the strategy to diversity and grow pension returns. But uncertainty looms as some quarters are questioning whether such large-scale infrastructure deals are appropriate for a pension fund already under audit scrutiny.
We've been talking about building Likoni Bridge.
looking for billions of money, trying to borrow from the World Bank, trying to borrow from ADB, trying to borrow from somebody, from the Chinese, trying to borrow. But maybe National Social Security Fund, we can partner in a way that as you grow and expand with a very good vision, we don't have to borrow money to build the Nyali Bridge. We can build it with our own Kenyan money.
With 16 billion shillings in question and billions more poised for investment, the spotlight is firmly on SSSF's next move and whether it can truly balance growth with safety in managing the country's retirement lifeline. Agnes Wanjera reporting for TAS TV, Thika, Kiambu.
And that brings us to the end of TAS TV News. Thank you for staying with us. Have been yours, Faith Ngasi.
Ready to learn German? TAS College is the perfect place to start. Grab a partial scholarship opportunity in German language beginner course today and unlock new opportunities to work abroad.
Guten Morgen. Good morning. Guten Tag. Good afternoon. Guten Abend. Good evening. These are some of the words that you will be learning in our school. So come and join the new beginner classes for German classes at our school.
Whether it is for travel, career, or personal growth, TAS College has you covered. Whether you prefer online or physical classes, we have the ideal learning option for you. With monthly intakes and experienced instructors, you will be speaking German in no time. We are located in Thika town along Kenyatta Highway at Nema Plaza 2nd floor opposite Thika Bazaar building. Ready to begin? Call 0798 154 042 to enroll today. TAS College, striving through